Well, that really cold, freezing, and rainy weather might be over, but the work is far from done for neighborhoods in Ithaca flooded because of ice jams. Good evening, I'm Renata Steele. Thanks for choosing WENY News at 5:30. All last week, neighbors living in northern Ithaca neighborhoods dealt with flooding due to those ice jams in Fall and Cascadilla Creeks. Emergency crews were able to stop repeat flooding over the weekend, but Ithaca Mayor Savante Myrick extended a local state of emergency. WENY's Tanja Reiki joins us in the studio and explains what his plans are. Tanja?
Renata, while I talked to neighbors whose homes were flooded last week, they told me time and time again they haven't seen Cascadilla Creek dredged in years. Well, now it's time.
The water in Cascadilla Creek is back within its banks after ice jams caused major flooding throughout Ithaca, but it's taken a lot to get there. Emergency crews worked around the clock, breaking up ice chunks and using warm-treated wastewater to melt the ice. Work is still being done today, and a local state of emergency remains in effect.
We are still assessing the damage, still doing cleanup. We still have overtime crews working.
Neighbors avoided repeat flooding as temperatures rose over the weekend, melting more ice. What was kind of like an ice rink in one neighbor's backyard last week is now a melted, slushy mess.
I'm just really glad and grateful for the whole community pulling together, and we were lucky that over this weekend we averted another mini crisis.
But Eva and her neighbors are still concerned. None of them can remember seeing Cascadilla Creek dredged over the years they've lived here. But according to the mayor, that's scheduled to happen this spring, thanks to $13 million in state funds.
And we suspect that dredging our creeks and our flood control channel can only help, though. The lower the level of sediment is there, the more volume of water and of ice that we can fit in our creeks.
Millions of dollars in state funding would go towards dredging creeks in Ithaca, like here at Cascadilla Creek. Neighbors who dealt firsthand with some of the flooding last week say that's a step in the right direction.
I'm optimistic. Hopefully that's the key to solving in the future this kind of situation.
Now, Mayor Myrick says the city did an estimate on how much dredging all the creeks would cost, and they would need about $120 million more, but he says it's a step in the right direction. Tanja Reiki, WENY News.